What I have learned is people just don't know. Such a common thought in my classes is, why didn't someone teach this to me? Because it's so foundational. It's because they didn't know. Hi, my name is Shelly Ash, and I'm a pastoral counselor here at Plumbline Ministries. I'm also the boundaries instructor. And I want to invite you to join us for boundaries this next semester. Boundaries is a 10-week course. We meet on Tuesday nights, and we would love to have you. And so why should you take boundaries? What do you need to know about boundaries? From what I observe, in general, we have a misunderstanding of what a boundary is. And the symptoms of someone who doesn't have boundaries might be resentment, frustration, rage, obsession, depression, control issues, cowering issues, disorganization, work fatigue, disenchantment. Those kinds of things, those kind of internal things can show up as boundary problems. So what I see is a lot of people think a boundary is something like, I don't take calls after 9 o'clock. And so they say, don't call me after 9 o'clock. And then someone calls them at 9 o'clock. And then they get, he crossed my boundary. Well, maybe, but he doesn't own your boundary. You do. And so we want to get mad at the person who crossed the boundary and then try to control their activity instead of taking responsibility for our boundary and enforcing it. So a boundary would say, I don't take calls after 9 o'clock. You can call me all night if you want to. I'm not going to control your behavior, but I'm not going to pick up the call. I'm going to put my phone on don't disturb. Okay, so my boundary is mine to manage. And so if I don't want to take calls, then I don't pick up the calls. I turn it to silent. I don't engage. That's my boundary. That's in my control. Another one that I like to use is you go to a family dinner and they're always talking about some topic you don't like, politics. And I don't want you guys to talk politics at the family dinner. If you keep talking about it, I'm just not going to come. And they keep talking about them and you just get mad. What's in your power? Who has the power? You've given them the power to control what's going on inside of you. It is your boundary. If you don't want to be around people who talk about politics, then it is in your power to do something about that within you, not control them. A boundary never controls. A boundary is personal control. So you may say, guys, I love you so much, but I just can't be around the politics, the political talk. So I'm going to leave and I'm not going to come back next time. Or I'm going to come back next time, but if we start talking about politics, I'm going to get up and leave. I love you. I want to be here, but I just can't be around that. Those are boundaries. A boundary is not a request. It's not a demand. It's not controlling. And a boundary doesn't have to be hateful either. For us codependents, we feel like we have to get raging mad to set a boundary. No. A boundary can sound like, I would love to help you. I don't have the resources to help you. I love you dearly and I wish you all the best. I can't engage at this point. That's a boundary. That says I'm going to take responsibility for me. So what is it that we learn in boundaries? One, what a boundary is, what it does, how it functions, and how it doesn't function, the myths about boundaries. We learn the symptoms of a lack of boundaries. We learn what our role is in it and what it's not. We learn the resistances, both internal and external. What's the recovery process? How do we engage with that? What are the laws of boundaries? There are actually 10 laws. Like gravity is a law. There are laws of boundaries, how they work and how they don't work. The law of 2 and 4. I'm responsible to you, not for you. I'm responsible to tell you what I need and want and expect. I'm not responsible for how you respond to that information. So it's all sorts of stuff like this. And on top of that, I'll be teaching Plumbline foundational tools. And if you have been blessed to get to read our Stick Man's Heart, 30 Years of Healing Hearts book, it's a book of testimonies. And almost every person in that book talks about the Plumbline tools and how they helped. And I will be teaching those foundational tools, how to manage our emotional investment, how to manage, identify our feelings and appropriating those as they should be. How to kill the automatic negative thoughts that we have. How do I forgive? What does that look like? What's the process there? I will be teaching those. How do I communicate? How do I use iMessages? What I have learned is people just don't know. Such a common thought in my classes is, why didn't someone teach this to me? Because it's so foundational. It's because they didn't know. And we repeat what we have learned, what is normal to us. Okay, so we arrive at adulthood with this emotional relational toolbox, and in it are dysfunctional tools. Codependency, rage, depression, victimization, all the things. We want to help you retool that toolbox. So come and join us Tuesday nights, 6:30 to 8:30. We would love to see you. You can register online or in our lobby. Thank you so much.